Welcome, everyone. I'm Kimberly Bushman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive podcast. In this episode, we're going to take a look at each life path number forecast for August 2023. Before we get into that, this, of course, is a general forecast. If you would like your own personal year-ahead forecast, diamond forecast, your compatibility report with another person, your full numerology report, your business report, Numerology has you covered. Just book some time with me. My information is in the description box below, and let's take a look. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the August forecast for each individual life path number. Life path 8. So I pulled an animal wisdom message for you all, and you got cat energy. And I love this, and I'm going to explain why in just a moment. First of all, let me just say, for the month of August, you all are working with 5 energy. So expect the unexpected, potential for lots of change, transformation, abrupt insights, newfound awareness, divine intervention. You know, anytime we have a 5 cycle, it can create shifts. It can create experiences that sort of move us very rapidly in a new direction, right? Unexpectedly, usually. Sometimes it's expected. It can be that things come in by invitation at this time to make those shifts, but it can also be that we've already had the invitation and we haven't done anything with it, and now it's coming in by intervention, divine intervention. So, you know, it's a shorter cycle, it's a month long, but a lot can happen in, 30, 31 days. So just, again, go with the flow, expect the unexpected. Just know that wherever this energy is picking you up and moving you towards, it's going to be for your higher good. Might be uncomfortable, might land you in a place of sort of new terrain with an entirely different landscape, but you will ultimately make it your own, right? Especially as 8s. I wanted to say that because, with cat energy coming through, this actually aligns with the 5 energy so beautifully. There is a likelihood this month, 2 things. So one could be that because, with 8 energy, your life path number, it is that requires you to take risks, right? To have the bigger vision and then take risks to get there. Those risks may pay off and they may not. And if they don't, then there's wisdom to be extracted to help you to move towards taking a risk that does eventually pay off, right? And so my point of saying that is because of that energy, right? Cat energy works so beautifully with your 8 energy. Because what do cats do? No matter what kind of a pickle they get themselves into, they always land on their feet. It's sort of this something to do with their equilibrium, where they're always able to tell what side is up and what side is down. And it's funny because, and cats are very independent, right? You have to sort of you have to respect a cat. If you disrespect a cat, it's going to be your first and last time. And so 8s are very similar to cats in a lot of ways because cats are curious. Cats are going to take risks, but they're always going to land on their feet and they're going to demand respect along the way. They also are going to be, for the most part, respectful back, right? You show them respect, they show you respect type thing. But really where I'm going with this is with cat energy coming through, it's likely that there will be situations this month where you're asked to take a risk, right? Whether it's in relationships, whether it's, in career, business, your self-expression, money, whatever the case may be, you will likely be asked to take a risk this month. And that risk could create a tremendous amount of change, right? 5 energy. But as you do that, just remember, you are cat energy, right? You are going to land on your feet. 8s are always going to land on their feet, one way or another. It might be uncomfortable at first, but they will always get there. And so with cat energy coming through, it is possible that you will be asked to take a risk this month. And if you do, just know that no matter how it turns out, you will land on your feet one way or another. The other thing that this could be is that there may have been a situation where you took a risk and it didn't go so great. And this month you're sort of, landing on your feet, so to speak, right? So there's definitely something about that where try to take the pressure off a little bit, right? When an 8 goes down, that can be uncomfortable, but the 8 does not stay down. And it's going to learn from whatever sort of, put it down there type thing. And then it's going to come back from that. And that's just like cat energy. Being curious and sort of falling off the tree limb, though it's uncomfortable, it's not going to keep the cat from being curious, right? It might be a little bit more cautious, but it's not going to keep the cat from being curious. So I do think that there's a lot coming in for you all this month, especially with 5 energy, because 5 energy wants to spice things up. It wants to shake things up anywhere, especially for an 8, where you have become too routine, too mundane, too unoriginal. The 5 is going to come in and be like, oh no, we're shifting. We're going to shake things up here. And that can create a lot of, it can create instability for one, but it can create this sort of uncomfortableness, especially for 8 energy, that can either throw you off track and derail you, or you can kind of roll with it and see where it leads you. Because again, with 5 energy, it's not working against you. It's coming in to help, to motivate, to shift, to redirect in a way that is meant to help you to align with your journey, right? So with cat energy coming in, I would say take the pressure off. You're going to land on your feet no matter how long it takes. Be curious. Take a risk. Follow your instincts. That's the other thing, right? Follow your intuition. The 8 is so sort of divinely guided and spiritually connected that when you do have those falls, when you take a risk and it doesn't work out, don't see that as a personal failure. Connect to your higher consciousness, your higher self, your higher power, and follow your intuition. What is this sort of lower point trying to show you? What is, what will allow you to rectify the situation, to bounce back, to rebuild, but rebuild in a way that will work, or to take more maybe calculated risks, whatever the case may be. But there's definitely something here of getting in touch with or reconnected to your intuition or your instincts, right? To follow that above what you're seeing in the external, because the external is full of illusions and you're not getting the full picture. So always follow that inner guidance. It may ask you to take a risk, but again, you'll always land on your feet. And the other thing I would say is, especially because you're moving through 5 energy, is, have an open mind. Think unconventionally. Don't be afraid to do things unconventionally. This is a great month also to tap into your joy, to find the things or reconnect with the things that bring you the most joy and really throw yourself into that, right? 5 energy can be a very expressive, creative period that can bring a tremendous amount of freedom and joy and creative self-expression that's uninhibited. So that can work for you, right? And not against you. So I would say go with the flow, take opportunities for travel, for trying new things, for thinking differently or outside the box. And yeah, don't be afraid to take a risk, because just like the cat, you will always land on your feet. Take care, 8s. Bye for now.